Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, A Wild Summer's Homeschool, and today I have the busy bags. Yay! So we wound up having 30 people in the swap, and we wound up with 38 different busy bags. So I'm going to very quickly lay each of the bags out here and show you what they do and how you can create each of these busy bags at home on your own. So here's my first bag, and I love how she put my name on it. It's so cute. Like, it's adorable. I love it. So the first one that I have is just a puzzle.
Mommy?
Yes, baby.
Do I have to make the beds up too?
Yeah, you have to make your bed up. Go on.
My bed.
So it's just an alphabet puzzle.
Mommy, can we have Kitty?
No, go on. You know, it's not been worked yet, so it's still like not even taken apart. So that's one that we have. The next one is this funny faces one. It has these funny face stickers, and then it has like a pig and a little boy, a little girl. There's a little girl in there somewhere, a duck. Just different things that the kids can put funny faces on, which I think this one will probably go in our restaurant kit, just because that would be something nice and quiet for my daughter to use with her funny faces. And then she also put in this little grow, there's 4 of them in here, with these little grow tablet things. Let me go ahead and bring that up. There's 4 of them there, and I don't think that my kids have ever really used them, so that's gonna be something new for them. It's gonna be something really fun. The next one, the lady that organized the swap actually made this one, and I think it is beautiful. It is so fall leaves, and they like button. Here, let me grab this one. So like they're just little leaves, and they button on. And then she also added some extra leaves that they can go in there. Another thing that you could do with something like this is, along with the leaves, have little apples if it's, or cherry blossoms if it's springtime. And so I thought this was a really great idea. And she called it her button tree, which I thought was really sweet. The next one, she did this one also, and it is a Thanksgiving turkey, and all the pieces come off. All of the pieces, and all of the feathers up here have the number, or I'm sorry, the color underneath as to where the feathers go. So you can't really see the orange, but it says orange, and here it says green, so that you can put that, and it says brown, so you can put all of them in place. And I love that idea. It's very sweet. So Thanksgiving turkey, she did an excellent job with that. I'll put it back in a little while, because I'm pretty sure that my daughter will want to play with that one pretty quickly. So the next one is greater than, equal than, and less than. So this one, here's the equal sign. There's the greater than, and the, or sorry, this one goes on this side, and the less than. So I thought this game was really cool. She added some numbers so that we could do the numbers, and then also she put pom-poms. The lady that made this one put pom-poms so that we could put like 1 pom-pom on one side and 2 pom-poms on the other side. And so it would eat the 2 pom-poms on this side. And just to show you guys what that would look like, if that doesn't really make too much sense to you, you would put out 1 pom-pom on one side and 2 on the other side. And the greater than side would eat the 2 pom-poms, since alligators are greedy. So, and I've used that method to teach my son how to do the greater than, less than, and equal to. But I have not used it for my daughter yet. So she is going to be super excited about this busy kit right here, because she has not learned that math concept yet. The next one is a file folder that has been fully laminated, and it says toys. It has a bookcase, a laundry basket, and the kitchen sink. And then up here it has an item, or a couple of items, that go in each place, and it's called Where Does It Go? So like the towel would go into the laundry basket, the plate would go into the kitchen sink, the dirty shirt would go in the laundry basket, the book would go into the bookshelf. So that's how that one is played. And I thought this was just a great concept. And it has a whole bunch of other ones, like the toys would go into the toy box. So if you like file folder games, which my kids love file folder games, this is definitely one that would be awesome. It's a Where Does It Go cleanup game. Alright. Next, I have this toothbrush game. And when she was telling me how to play it, basically how you play it is you would take your letter, like the letter H, and you would write that right here. And then you would take your toothbrush and practice cleaning it and clean it with the toothbrush. So that not only helps children learn their letters, because they're going to be letter matching, but also the small motor skill of brushing the teeth. So that's a really cool one. Really super easy to put together. A lot of these have dry erase markers with them, so that's really cool. This next one I'm excited about because it's something that I would like to play even. And it is like this. It's all this red, jumbly looking. Let's see. It has the directions on the back. It says use the spyglass to identify an item on the cards. And so you have to use this little red filter spyglass with it to see, because it filters out the red, to see like, let's see. Let me see if I can find one to show you up close. So like, if you can see that, I have, there we go. If you can see that, I have filtered out the N. And so there's two ways to play. You can pick one over here and find the card that matches it, or you can start with the card and search over here until you find the matching letter. So I'm pretty excited about this one. I've never seen a busy kit quite like this, and I am sure both of my kids will really enjoy playing that. The next one is a Make a Funny Face small motor control kit. So you would put like a smile and an eye and a nose and the other eye. Of course, those are both left eyes. Let's see. Oh, here's an eye that could go over here. So you can make a funny face. And then on the other side of this one, and it actually does say make a funny face on it, right there. On the other side, she's got some clouds, and you can use the pipe cleaners to make little animals or little shapes up in the clouds. And she's got pipe cleaners and beads, little gems. What else is in here? She's got some of these wax sticks, wiki wax sticks, I think is what they're called. They're really interesting. Like, you can mold them just like the pipe cleaner. She's got some of those, and the texture of them is so strange to me. So I know my kids are gonna love it because they like stuff like that. And she's got some popsicle, big and small popsicle sticks in there with it, and some beads that you can lay around on it to make different shapes. So this is going to be a really fun one for my kids. The next one we've got is an hour and minute clock. So it moves around like that. You can move the hour and the minute. And then under each of these, it's two plates, two foam plates. And like under the 12, it says 60. Under the 1, it says 5. So the person that made this wrote all of those down and then cut them right here so that you could see what was underneath, which is a really great idea for kids that haven't yet learned their counting by 5s equals the time kind of thing. So that's really cool. The next one is these papers right here. There's several of them in several different colors, and if you can see that, they are in 3 different colors on the writing, what the writing is on them. So what the kids would do, she included 3 different pens. So for the black pen, they would trace this one. For the pink pen, they would trace the pink line. And then for the green pen, they would trace the straight lines that are green in color. And then she also included a set of scissors, safety scissors, where the child could cut along the black line and then cut along the pink line and then cut along the green line. And the child would cut over a little mini trash can to see if how many pieces of paper they could get into the little mini trash can. And then also she included a glue stick with it so that I could get a piece of construction paper and see if the kids could put it back together this way, to see if the child, for an older child, could put it back together and make it look like it was before. So definitely very open-ended on that kit. All right, the next one, I'm sure you guys have seen the small versions of these at the dollar store, but the lady that made these did the printable herself. But this is an alphabet matching game, and then she put all of the alphabet on here. So on this one, it would be, oops, let me get it off. There we go. On this one, you would find the clothespin has the little A. You would find the big A and put it over top. And the child would proceed to do this all the way around until they finished it. And then on the back, you can practice having the child, since it's laminated, you would put the child's name. So for sorry. And they could practice writing their name on there. I was looking for this one. Here we go. And then also, for a child that doesn't have double letters in their name, for like Troy, Ella does have a double letter, but for like a child that does not have a double letter, you can put the letters down there. So I just wrote out Addie because I have a little girl in our, actually we have 2 Addies. One is spelled with 1 D and one is spelled with 2. in our Heritage Girls. So the child would be able to match it up and write their name. So that's a really open-ended way of using that one as well. And I love that a lot of the moms took the time to laminate and really make quality products, which was so amazing. Alright, so next I've got this color number matching. So the mom did 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And so each of the color sticks has a number on the top. So the number 5 would go to the 5th one. The number 4 would go to the 4th one. The number 3 to the 3rd, and 2 to the 2nd. And 1 would match the number 1. And she made little pockets so that they could fit inside. The child could see it. Or if the child is not at that level yet, the child would simply flip them over and match the color to the color of the pocket. So that is a really great little kit. And she included purple, yellow, orange, blue, and green popsicle sticks with all the numbers on them. So that's going to be a really great one for a friend of mine's little girl that comes to Heritage Girls a lot, to have a little busy bag for her while we were having our lesson. And then one of the moms, this was a bonus, she included a play pack for each child, or for each family rather, each family that was there. She just included a play pack. So this is going to go in Troy's little car box. So that's going to be awesome. The next one is a sensory number and alphabet learning card kit. So what the mom did on this one was also made by the lady that that organized it. So what the child would do, she included a little box of all different colored pom-poms, and the child would match the pom-pom color to the little dots on here to create the letter. Whoops, that one's extra. And of course, I'm not very good at this at all because pom-poms stick to everything. So the child would match the pom-poms to it like that. And there's enough pom-poms in the little kit for all of the, you know, there's matching pom-poms for each of the alphabet. Or she included some Play-Doh. This is brand new Play-Doh. So the child could use it as a Play-Doh rub mat to make the letter. Alrighty. Next we have a visual discrimination game. This is just a matching game where the child would match the toothbrush goes with the toothpaste. The bird goes in the nest. The raindrops go with the umbrella. The sun goes with the sunglasses go with the sun. And there's several more. But this is very good for a very young learner. And like I said, some of the busy bags are not going to be for my kids because I have several families that I know that have very young children. So some of them will be donated to them. Yes, I have lots more. This one is a simple weaving kit, and it's just cutouts on the side, and children love to do little things like this where it's cut out and they can just weave. Let's see. The next one is just a little miniature sewing, practice sewing thing it has. One pipe cleaner and then several of these little beads, and the child would simply push the pipe cleaner through the bead, through the hole in the button rather. It's not a bead, but a button. And they are nice and big, so definitely great for small children, small hands. And then the pipe cleaners, she used all of these bright colored, like, metallic pipe cleaners, which is really awesome because it really catches the child's eye. So there's that one. And then, of course, you guys have seen the Busy Kit that I came up with for this. One of the Busy Kits is this Lego kit. So you guys have seen that. If you haven't seen it yet, go ahead and check out my video on doing those. The next one is another one that I sent, and it's a My Busy book. And on the inside, each of the children have a cupcake. Since most of the kids were 3 and 4 years old, I went ahead and did age up to 4 with the numbers, or I'm sorry, with the counting sticks. So they could count 1, 2, 3, 4. They could blow out the candles. They could receive a postcard. And it's just a basic little clip art thing that I laminated and stuck in here. But they could receive a postcard for their birthday. So this is like a little practicing for your birthday kit that I made for them. Because a lot of them had birthdays coming up very, very soon. So the next one, if I can get it out. The next one that I have is, it has numbers 1 through 10. And then it has a ton of little pom-poms. And the way that they would play it is they would roll the 2 dice. It has an MF on that. That's really cool. They would roll the dice and it would say 4. So they would have to find the pom-poms. And it has a little pair of tweezers. They'd have to find the pom-poms that go with the number 4. So in this case, I'm just going to use purple. And there are 2 dice. And the directions say that 11 and 12 are wild cards. So they could put the pom-poms anywhere. And this is actually quite hard to use, these little pinchers here. And let's see, there's another little woodcock. So they would use those little tweezers to put the pom-poms on the number 4, which is a really great small motor control item. And then here, just like the big turkey, we have just a smaller version of that big turkey. And it was really funny because this was sent in by another mom that thought that it would be great to have like a little turkey. And she just wrote on the top that it was a turkey. But it was sent in by a different mom, and I think it's just really funny that 2 different moms came up with the same style of busy bag. So, but this one's much smaller, and it could go in the car kit, which would be really, really fun. The next one you've seen several times before. It's all over the internet right now. Is a button snake. It's a little sneaky snake, and you put the pieces of felt on it. And this one says number 1. And the next one is a square and says number 2. And you could have the child say the number or the shape. So that would be circle, or even the color. Purple, yellow, or 5, or star. And the child would also, you could take these off and the child could put them on to the button snake and feed them on. So there's a lot of different ways that you could play with the button snake. And for tactile learners like my daughter, this is perfect for her. Alright. Next, I have this little blocks, again with the big buttons. I'm not sure where they got the big buttons, but these big buttons are wonderful. And you put the little blocks on here, and I'm not sure how they do it, but from what the directions say, you can put this on there and you can draw and it should show up. Yeah, it does show up a little bit. And they practice small motor control with drawing the shapes. So that's kind of cool. I'm not sure if the yellow marker is going to stay in this kit. I probably will put a different marker in there just so that the kids could see it a little bit better. But each of these little wooden blocks have been coated with a laminate, a sticky laminate, which is really cool. Moving on, we've got this game right here, and the way that you play it is there's two different ways to play. The first way is you roll the dice and you put the first one there, and then you roll the second red dice and you put the second one there, and then the child moves this around until they find the number that those create together, and they place it there for mom or dad to check. So 6 plus 3 equals 9, and there's a couple of them. This one is addition and this one is subtraction. And then she also included these, so you can play it like this and put a 1 there, and the child would have to match it up to the 1 for a visual discrimination game. So these are all kind of like the dominoes. On the other side, she has the sign language for each of the numbers, which I think is wonderful. So there's lots of ways you can play this game. It's very easy to create on your own. And again, she has laminated all of it, which I think is really wonderful. The next one is an image match game. This is another one that I created. And what I did was I laminated a card to what the picture is supposed to look like. Let me see if I can get that. There we go. That way it's not shiny for you guys. And then all the little foam pieces are in here, so the child would lay the foam piece next to it and they would start creating to match this picture. Okay, I'll be done in a minute, okay? Go. Okay. Do not turn it off. Until they match the picture on the card.
Have you showed the dart one yet?
Not yet. Go near them.
Really cool.
So the next one is going to be awesome for my kids, and it shows the method of how to tie your shoes. It actually shows two different ways. It shows the traditional method on this piece of paper and then the bunny ear method. So two different methods to tie your shoes, and then she has a little felt shoe that she has put on some cardboard to give it a little bit more stick, and a shoestring so that you can teach your kids how to tie their shoes. Awesome. Very awesome. The next one sent home. This was the lady that, same lady that did the shoestring one, and she just sent home one of these spiral art kits with some extra paper and a pen. So I think the kids are going to really like that. So that's really fun. It's going to be added to our art class. The next one is another one that will be passed on from my kids because we are not tracing letters anymore. We are actually tracing cursive letters. So this has cursive letters. This has the cursive letters A to Z, and then a pen. Then it also has a few shapes and a little house and a little teddy bear in it to trace, and it has a little cloth in there as well so that the child can wipe it themselves. So super easy. She laminated it really well. And I just think it's really fun. So that will be given to a friend of ours. This is a little miniature pond that you put the little fishies in and the child goes fishing. And this works on hand-eye coordination. So the child is going to pick up the fish with the magnet and count as they pick them up. So 1, 2, 3, or they could do it by color: green, orange, black, blue, and of course there's extra blues. So that is what this game is. It's a very fun little hand-eye coordination game. That I think will we will add to our Sunday school class, which will be really, really fun. The next one is the number wheel, which was created by the same lady that created the alphabet wheel. And it's done exactly the same way, except for it is numbers. And the child would take the number 1 and place it over the 1 and so on until they completed the wheel. And I like that this wheel is mixed up. They're not all in order, so it can be used definitely for a 4 to 5-year-old, maybe even a 6-year-old. All right, so that is all that is in the first bag. So now the first bag is empty. And then, since they didn't all fit in the first bag, we have another bag that only has a few in it. So one of the moms came up with a great idea to do the soap in the microwave. Unfortunately, I don't have a microwave, so mine was used as the tester, and I thought it was really fun. But we used ours as the tester at our friend's house to create the exploding soap. So that was what this game was. You just put it in the microwave, a bar of ivory soap, put it in the microwave for 2 minutes and see what happens. So now the kids will get to do part 2 of the experiment, the soap slime. So sometime during this week, they will get some water and we will go outside and see if we can make some slime out of this soap. Which that is really going to be fun. Alright, the next one is, let's see, what is this? Oh, shape animals and dominoes. I think I actually just closed it. Maybe not. I don't know how to get in the bag. Okay. So she has just a piece of felt here. And then she has all these shapes like a tanagram, but they're felt. And then she actually did some googly eyes there and glued them to the felt. So that's what that is. And she put some examples here of some animals that you can create with this felt kit. And she also made these wonderful dominoes. These wonderful dominoes that the kids can play. And they, well, they sort of stick. They kind of stick to the felt. Because they're felt on the back. There we go. They stick if you kind of like press them and don't turn them upside down like I did. But they stick to the felt. So those will be wonderful with our felt board. That I have a video that I will link below on how I created our felt board also. The next one is this blow dart game. So, which is going to be Troy's favorite game. But you stack all of the cups up just like that, and then you put a Q-tip into your straw, holding the bottom, and then you blow on the end of the straw and knock them over. So I think that that is probably going to be a really fun game for Troy. I'm not sure if Ella will want to play that, but she might. But they included 9 cups, so we could build a nice tall tower, and a really wide straw, one of those like big giant straws, and a handful of Q-tips to play that. So that's going to be a really fun game. That is not going to be in the restaurant kit or anything like that, because it's going to be a little bit too noisy for them to play. I really think that they will be very noisy with that one. So it's probably not a quiet bag. The next one is just a tic-tac-toe board. So she created a tic-tac-toe board, and then I love that she did purple and blue, and we wound up with one of the few that had a girl color and a boy color, because I think that that's just really fun. Yeah, he's already took the blow dart game. The next one is a Geo board, and I'm very excited about this one. I might even play with it. But the lady that that created this one, she put all the nails in there for us, which is awesome. And then she included the strings, already cut, or I'm sorry, they're not strings, they're rubber bands. There was there's a little bag of strings somewhere also that go with this. And then, because this one, I already had it out looking at it. And then there's a bag full of different shapes you can make and different things you can do with this Geo board to kind of stretch them around. And I'll show you how.
Mommy, there's actually 10 cups.
Okay. Oh, there's 10 cups. Thank you, Troy. So you would stretch this across there to start creating that first part of the shape right there. So that is really cool. That's going to be something very interesting for the kids to play with. And I might even play with that one. That one just seems like something that would be fun. So the next one is this Seek and Find bag, which has lots of little tiny treasures in it. And then on the back, it has a picture of all the treasures that are inside. So the child can move it around. It is made from a Ziploc bag that she has, she glued the top shut, and that's very important, is you have to hot glue the top shut, and then she put duct tape around the sides after filling it up. So, and there's like a little tiny thing in there. There's lots of little things in here, Legos, googly eyes, lots of stuff in there. And she colored the rice. So there were some that were blue and some that were pink, and we got one of the blue ones. So that was really awesome. The next thing is these energy sticks, and it says when your kid needs to burn off a little bit of energy, have them choose one of these energy sticks to do the activity. So like this one is write and send a thinking of you card. The next one is compliment someone in the family. Let's see. Sweep and mop the kitchen floor. Wipe the kitchen table. Organize your room and closet. So this can be used for younger children as well as older children. So I thought that was just a really neat little idea.
Mom, you can do 2 at a time.
Oh, that's awesome. And then the last one that I have for you guys today is this, what did she call it? Oh, sand slime. Sand slime. So this is sand slime, and she has put it in this little case, and it is like, it feels like putty, like those, the little 5-cent putty that you used to get, or 25-cent putty. And it's self-healing, but you can make like, there you go, now you can see the little divot that I made. But it is like the stickiest gooey stuff. Like, I don't like the feel of it. And children can pull out, and it's really actually kind of hard to pull out the little jewels and things. But they can take the jewels and they can move them around and just slightly press in. And then this will self-heal. And if you can see that right there, it's already starting to sink down in there. So they can...
I knocked down all the cups.
Okay. They can move it around and find all the little pieces, all the little secret jewels in it. And Troy's really excited about this one. So...
Can I play with it?
Just with something like this, you have to make sure that your hands are very clean, because the way that it is stored like this, air does get to it, so it can become moldy. But the lady that created this, hold on a second, the lady that created this for our group, her children had been playing with the same sand slime for like 6 months. She had created a very large batch of it, and so she just said that she had them wash their hands before they played with it, just to make sure that they were not getting it dirty. So yes, that is all I have for you today. There were 38 separate activities, which is a massive amount. There were 30 parents that were there. And we had a potluck, and I took cupcakes and sweet tea, and we had meatballs and chili and lots of fun stuff, lots of fun food and stuff. And it was just a wonderful time with other homeschool parents that have kids around our age. Here you go. Here's the slime. He's going to take the slime. Yeah, slime. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing all these wonderful busy kits. There you go. There's just some of the favorites. We loved these.
I found it.
Feels gooey, huh?
Feels gooey, alright.
Yep. We really enjoyed...
It was sticking to me. Ew.
Making the kits
so
that
gross.
we made, and it's been really awesome. So thank you so much for watching.
Bye.
Say bye. Bye. We'll catch you on the next video.